Welcome to Spotlight Business. I'm Tammy Defoe, and I would like you to meet Adrian Newman. He's a founder of Numero Uno Web Solutions, a GTApreneurs member, and he will be the guest speaker at GTApreneurs January 14th virtual business networking event. That's a Wednesday at 12 o'clock. He's got lots of great information to share. I've given him referrals, right? As far as I know, my client's really happy with him, and he just really provides a great service. So looking forward to having him speak and give us lots of great tips. But before then, tell us more about yourself, Adrian.
Well, thanks, Tammy. Yeah, I am the co-founder of Numero Uno Web Solutions. We are a digital marketing agency located in Concord, Ontario. We're just off of Highway 7, just east of the 400 in the bustling downtown heart of Woodbridge slash Concord near the subway station and the IKEA and everything like that. Um, we've been in business since January 2012, so we are now going into our 14th year of business. We started out as the digital marketing department of one of Canada's largest independent financial publishing companies, Lombardi Publishing Corporation, which I'm also the president of Lombardi Publishing Corporation. So when we started that, me and another gentleman, we built up the digital marketing results of the companies like 800%. So we went from basically nothing to just an 800% jump in web traffic. So in 2012, we decided let's just incorporate this as its own separate company and offer it to small to mid-sized businesses in the area. And that's what we did. And then I've been actively running the company since 2017.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. And tell us about all the different services that you offer.
So pretty much anything that has to do with website traffic. So that's search engine optimization, which has been changing a lot recently with AI results and everything like that. So we have evolved with that. So we do traditional SEO, but we also do the new AI SEO, which chances are good that that's all we're going to be doing in the next year or two.
Mhm.
We do a lot of content marketing. We do paid Google ads.
Mhm.
And we do website development and design. So that's whether you don't have a website at all and you want to start something like from scratch,
Mhm.
or you have a website, it hasn't been updated in, let's say, 2, 3, 5, 10 years. I've seen some that need a complete refresh. We can do that for you, have it optimized. So that way, when somebody lands on your page, they know exactly what you do and they know exactly what to do once they get to your page.
Mhm. Fantastic. Yeah. So, and you're also offering social media marketing as well, right?
Yeah, we do social media as well. We do run some social media campaigns, whether it's paid or organic. We do that as well. That's part of the content marketing services because content is what drives social media. So we help with planning, content calendars, and then of course posting as well.
Mhm. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people out there probably don't know that. So actually, let me tell you, you can tell people, right? So what's a good reason? What's a couple of good reasons to do content marketing?
Well, first of all, it basically then takes your message of what you do as a company, what you offer as a benefit to your customers, what problems you solve, and it puts it out there. Uh, your website, your social channels, your paid ads, everything that you do online is your salesperson. So if you're not creating content on a regular basis, you're not presenting to potential customers that are looking for you to solve their problems. On the flip side, too, Google, ChatGPT, all the LLMs, they look at your website and the content that you produce as value. So what they do is when they see that value, they then take that and then they will present it to people who are searching. So they'll look at you as the expert. And if you're putting more content out there, they'll say this person is not only knows what they're talking about with regards to their business, but they're doing it regularly. They're doing it currently,
Mhm.
and they're also getting social proof, testimonials, referrals. They're being mentioned on other people's websites or blogs or video interviews just like this. And then that helps raise them in the rankings and they get more exposure.
Fantastic. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you have to be findable, right? Like, because you know what, if people aren't finding you, they're finding your competitors, right?
100%.
So
100%.
yeah, and I mean, I know social media is one of these things that people know they should do, but they don't have time for, right?
hmm
And then the
Yeah.
fact that, it helps more people go to your website, right? Like no matter what, whenever we use social media, you'll see like 99% of my posts, they has a link to our website, right?
Hmm.
And stuff. And once in a while I might just do like a happy, celebration day or whatever. I maybe not do it, but I definitely do that. And then you said, paid ads, right? And then because I mean there's a time for paid ads and there's a time for SEO, right? And there's doing both. So I think that's
Hmm.
also a big misconception out there, about which one is which. So then I'm sure you're going to maybe give us some tips about that, right? At your presentation in January.
Yeah. Well, the tips I'm going to give in January is more about website and making your website more user friendly, increasing the user experience and increasing the conversions on the website. But if I get back to, using paid ads versus organic. So first of all, organic should always be done. So I look at it this way. Organic is having the open sign on your store. Like if you had a physical location, organic SEO is making sure that the lights are on, that there's people working in there, and that the open sign's on and the door's unlocked. Okay. Having a great website is making sure that the store looks great, that everything is, the merchandising done properly, the windows are clean, the staff's dressed nicely. Paid ads is when you get the guy with the sandwich board outside and you're doing a promotion and you really want to push sales. It can get expensive. That's where paid ads are good for like small businesses that are really wanting to push immediate conversions. You can do that and spend some money on that. And remember, it's an auction process, Google Ads, technically. You're bidding on keywords and then you're paying when somebody clicks, not when somebody buys, but just when somebody clicks.
Yeah.
Organic is long term. You just got to keep doing it. It helps build your reputation. And
Mhm.
it's amazing what happens when you watch the build happen over, the first 6 months and then a year and then 2, 3 years. And it just helps a lot with your reputation online.
Yeah, exactly. So like short term versus long term. But I love the analogy, right? With the person with the hot dog sign outside or whatever, right? That
Hmm.
gets people's attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty much, it sounds like you're just doing the whole digital marketing. Basically, anytime people want to be found, because that's the most thing we do. We want something, we go and search online, right?
Hmm.
And the
All the
fact now
time.
you're offering like the AI SEO because that's the first thing that comes up now.
Yeah.
And
And
any
it's
search engine is going to be the AI. So if people are not getting found on AI, well, you're screwed. They're finding other people,
and
you know?
the big benefit is that the content that we've been writing for our clients since 2012, right? Like a lot of the stuff because it helped build their authority in the beginning,
Mhm.
a lot of their content is showing up in the AI overviews now. So we have a couple of clients who have said, "Hey, you know what? I did a search in ChatGPT just
Mhm.
for something, and I showed up first." And it
Wow.
was it was content that I know you guys wrote 4
Mhm.
years ago.
Right.
So like that's the kind of thing that we've been able to see. Um, but that was done because we didn't use AI to write the content, and we made sure that when we were writing content, the key was is we were never writing for the algorithm. It was something that we were really cognizant of. Even back then, we weren't writing for Google. We were writing for the customers. So if
Yeah.
somebody was looking for a landscaper, we made sure we were writing for somebody looking for a landscaper,
Mhm.
not for Google just to rank them higher.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I was going to mention is all about the quality because whether it be the regular search engine or the AI search engine, they're looking out there who has the most comprehensive answers to what this
Hmm.
person's looking for, right? Like, what is the quality? It's not just like that, throwing a whole bunch of keywords on the website or whatever to make it happen. And actually, that's how it used to be, right? When kind of SEO search started evolving, people are like, oh, I'm just going to put like 1,000 keywords in my website. You can make them white and a white background so that people can't see it,
Hmm.
but the search engines, they know they got smart over time. So they know who's actually putting out real stuff and who's just
Hmm.
trying to game the system. So yeah, it's great to hear that your client's content is getting found. And
Yeah, it was the big helpful content update that Google put in years ago, and now they have, they're what's called the EEAT
Mhm.
requirement. So it's expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So you have to show all of that, and not only that, it's showing it through multi-channel. So not just on your website, but on your social media, and on, if you're doing video, which is super important.
Yeah.
YouTube, that's on there as well. I think the key thing for anybody posting on social media or doing anything with regards to wanting to get more traffic and wanting to get more business for themselves
Yeah.
is authenticity. Is just to be 100% authentic. Don't pretend to be somebody you're not.
Hmm.
Um, just really put everything out there. People even now like you don't have to have a professional video done. Like I'm doing, my I do my videos on the camera that I'm using right now, which is a
Hmm.
straight webcam. I got a nice microphone that I've had for years. And just some lighting, my background here, and away I go. And it's authentic, and people love that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We don't have to use professional videos anymore. Anybody with a computer or like a phone or anything like that, we can do stuff. But again, it's also people need help in terms of what to say, though, right? Because that makes a difference, And I mean, like Google and YouTube, they're owned by the same company. So Google likes when people put YouTube videos on their website. But again, it's all about how you do it. Can't just
Hmm.
do jibber jabber. So I think, meeting with with you in that, right, to talk about the whole strategy together, like the social media with the YouTube, with the website, like it all feeds together,
Yep,
then that's ideal, right? But people, you have to get out there. People like,
you
I don't
do.
have enough clients. You have to, and you have to invest in it, right? And either you're going to take the time to like learn everything, and there's a lot of stuff to learn, right? And then spending hours and hours doing it yourself, and we're talking many hours, right? Or you know what, you might as well just go with a professional company like yourself, and you've got all the experts, and you guys can just take care of it. And then people can just go and just do what they like doing, which is meeting with potential clients and servicing their clients.
Yeah. Yeah, and I th and look, I have clients that we do their SEO, we don't do their social. And the reason we don't do their social is because they are on top of it. I have one client who is posting 3 times a day. He is happy. He loves doing it. I'm not going to do his social media.
Right.
I will happily give him ideas to do it. On what
Mhm.
to, sorry, on what to post.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need me. And but there we have a lot of clients that just don't have the time. And that's what the number one complaint
Yeah.
that all my clients say, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. And like we even ask them, can you please approve content?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been so behind on this. I didn't get it. I'm sorry I haven't done this. I just been so busy. So like, even at that point, you realize they're busy people. It's just, so like that's what we like to do. We like to help. We like to make sure that, hey, we're your marketing department, like
Yeah.
used to be for the publishing company.
Hmm.
We'll do it for you. It will reduce your time by like 95% of what you have to do. We do need a little bit of time from you for planning stages and for approval, but
Hmm.
you don't have to do anything yourself anymore. We'll handle it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like you mentioned too, if someone does like doing social media themselves, I mean, you're still able to give free tips because you know what? Like you give me some good tips, right? Before. So I mean, when you have your website clients, right? If they don't need you for social media, just giving them because I think it makes a huge difference. But
Hmm.
that's the thing too. People do need to have the website on top of it. And I tell people this a lot because, when you meet somebody and oh, this is what I do, right? And then the first thing I know I do is I go look at their website,
Yeah.
right? Well, who is this person? This person is a fly by night person. You're going to meet in 1 second and they say they're great, but how do you even know if they're great, right?
Yeah.
If they don't have a website, like it shows credibility, right? You can learn more about the person and you can see the quality of their work, right? Especially if you do something visual,
Hmm.
like a graphic designer or something, or photographer, videographer. And it's not just about having a website. It's about, like you said, having one that looks nice, right? Like
Hmm.
we've all going to stores and we're like, just like when Target came over, sorry, Target, but when you came over to Canada and like the stores did not look nice at all, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like gray and the lighting wasn't good, right? And the aisles were close together. And that makes
Hmm.
a difference. It wasn't, people didn't want to be there, besides the fact that, there was no customer service, right? So,
Yeah.
with websites, same concept. You want to have your chatbot, you want to have your contact forms, you want to have people to contact you. But
Hmm.
that is your authority. That is your building the know, like, and trust and stuff. So making sure your website is, looks fantastic, is up to date again, because, it's the same concept, which, Google doesn't like if you just set it and forget it,
Hmm.
right?
Well, it's
So,
just like anything
right?
else. If you knew you were going to meet a customer or a potential customer,
Yeah.
you'd always put your best foot forward. You'd wear,
Yeah.
like nice clothes. You'd be presentable.
Yeah.
You'd have maybe something to say. You wouldn't just be like, dressed sloppily and not say
Mhm.
anything. And that's your website, right? Because
Yeah.
you never know when somebody's going to land on it.
Yeah.
Plus, Google and ChatGPT and Perplexity and all those other companies, your website is the basis, right? That's even though you have your social media and you have, if you're published on other websites, or if you're in a directory site, or you've got Yelp reviews, or your Google business profile, your website is really the core foundation that they look at.
Yep.
And they want to make sure because you could still people can buy from you from Instagram or from Facebook. People can go to your Google business profile and contact you without even going to your site or through the AI overviews. That's called zero-click search. But it is all based on the reputation that you convey on your website.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. No, it is so important. He said it's about the quality as well, and so yeah, so I think this is great. And the other thing too is that people need a second opinion, right?
Hmm.
Because a lot of people think, well, I have a website, and I look at the website, I'm just like, ooh, so because I mean, we're only one person, but it's more about how are your customers reacting. So I mean, if anyone out there, if anyone's kind of said anything about your website, maybe you can update that, hey, reach out to Adrian, because
Yeah.
it is good to get a second pair of eyes on there, because sometimes what we think is good is maybe not having the impact we want to have, right?
Yeah.
um
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of companies do, and this is they look at their website on their desktop and they think, oh, looks great and everything like that. What they do is they neglect this. So sorry, you can't see it, but like their phone.
oh yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
see they
yeah.
don't see how it looks on
Right,
mobile. And what happens is it looks horrible on mobile. And
right.
then what they also don't realize is when you do a quick analysis, they find out that like 85% of their web traffic is coming from mobile.
Hmm.
So here they are losing 85% of the people that are landing on their website because their website does not respond well
Right,
on a mobile device. And
right.
that's where I see the biggest mistake because they look at they think it looks great and they don't even take into account some other things. And I will
Yeah.
reveal all those in that, on the 14th of January.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great point you bring up,
Mhm.
like I know with my website, sometimes I've forgotten too, and then I go to mobile later on, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this has been on my website for all this time,
Mhm.
right? So, and that's the other thing too, you guys do this is good because you do like the ongoing support,
Yep.
right? Because
Mhm.
sometimes people get a website built and then they're just on their own. So how does that work?
So when we build a website, what we do is for the first year, we cover it's included in the website build. We cover any updates that happen. So, there's plugin updates, there's theme updates, there's different updates that come up all the time. Plus, what we'll do is we'll monitor your contact form. So if by some chance you get spammed, we'll make sure we block it. And you are going to get spammed. Everybody gets spammed on their contact form.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we start blocking that stuff off. And we do offer that as a service on a monthly basis
Mhm.
after that. And then, but we also do our SEO services on a monthly basis. So that involves blog post writing, it involves static page writing, it involves backlinking, it involves, creating, um, making sure that you show up on those AI overviews. So what we like to do is when we give our reports, we show, hey, here's when you showed up on the AI overviews, here's when you showed up on the image pack. For your local business, here's how you're showing up on the map pack, which is very
Mhm.
important, especially if you want local traffic.
Yeah.
And of course, we also like to show when people show up on the people also ask section of Google, which is a great
Yeah.
resource too for people for ideas
Mhm.
on keywords that you should be ranking for.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, look at you. Can you give us one before we go here? A recent success story, client came to you, and what was the outcome?
Well, I'm going to say this. We had a client recently that actually fired us. Because they couldn't handle the increase in traffic. They basically said, we can't do this anymore. I would have to hire three more people. And it's like, I don't want to name the name, but it was a bakery. It was a bakery that all of a sudden, over the past 6 months, just got so busy that they said, we can't do this anymore. We have to actually stop because we're just getting too much traffic. So they said, look, we just can't do business with you anymore. I was very happy for them.
Right.
For
Wow.
them,
That's the
I'm like,
best reason to get fired, right?
yeah, this is great. But they're like, we like just the amount of like we just don't have we're not prepared to increase our footprint and move and hire more
Yeah.
people and get so yeah that was something that it wasn't good that they left us, but
Yeah. You did your job,
yeah,
obviously,
we
right?
did.
So,
We
hey,
did.
kudos. That's like an
Mhm.
amazing story. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, well, look, I'm really looking forward to having you on the 14th of January. Everybody, you do want to come out and learn some great tips with Adrian, or even before then, reach out to him. I'm sure he's happy to just meet with you, right, for a consultation and stuff like that, and talk to
Hmm.
him about what your needs are and see how he can help you and start the year off strong, you know. And the thing with SEO too is it doesn't happen overnight. So it's something you need to start sooner than later.
Hmm.
Because you know it needs to take time for everything to kind of register what you've been doing and build up that content and stuff like that. So definitely register to Adrian. But thank you so much for Adrian. We look forward to seeing you on the 14th, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.